There is a place on the frayed edges of old maps where the land gives way to an unnerving stillness. It is a body of water known to the locals by a name spoken only in hushed tones, the Lake of Swallowed Secrets. It is not famous for its beauty, for its waters are the color of a starless midnight sky, nor for its bounty, for no fish has ever been drawn from its depths. It is known for what it takes. They say this lake does not reflect the sky above. It reflects the truths we hide below. It is a liquid archive of the unspoken, a silent, patient collector of all that we wish to forget. It lies nestled in a basin of ancient dark stone, ringed by pine trees that stand unnaturally straight and silent, like solemn guards at the gate of a forgotten kingdom. Even on the windiest of days, when the forests around it roar with life, the surface of the lake remains impossibly placid, a sheet of polished obsidian. The air here is heavy, thick with the weight of unspoken confessions and unanswered questions. To stand on its shore is to feel as though you are being watched, not by a creature hiding in the trees, but by the vast, silent consciousness of the water itself. It does not threaten, it does not menace. It simply waits, with a patience that has outlasted mountains. The legends surrounding the lake are not tales of violent monsters, but of quiet, inexplicable disappearances. An heirloom locket, dropped by a grieving widow, that did not sink but was gently drawn under the surface as if by an invisible hand. The laughter of children playing by the shore, which a mother swore she heard suddenly cease, not fading, but being instantly silenced, swallowed by the profound quiet of the place. They speak of a traveler's journal, filled with sketches of exotic lands, that slipped from his pack and vanished without a ripple. But most chilling are the stories of people. Not of drownings or accidents, but of individuals who, burdened by a heavy past, came to walk its shores and were simply gone. Their footprints would lead to the water's edge and no further, with no signs of a struggle, no indication of anything but a quiet, final transition. The local folklore personifies the lake not as a predator, but as a keeper, a necessary void. They say it was born from a tear of the first ever secret, a sorrow so profound the earth itself had to create a place to contain it. Since then, it has fulfilled its purpose. It hungers for the things that have no place in the sunlit world: the weight of guilt, the ache of unspoken love, the sharp edges of a traumatic memory. It does not steal them. The stories suggest that people, on some deep intuitive level, offer their secrets to the water. They come to its shores not to be taken, but to give away the parts of themselves that are too heavy to carry. The lake, in its silent compassion, accepts these burdens, pulling them down into its cold, timeless embrace, offering in return a profound and terrifying peace. This lake is a mirror to the vast, unknown territory of our own minds. We all have such a place within us, a deep, dark expanse where we submerge the experiences, truths, and feelings we cannot face. We push them down beneath the surface of our daily thoughts, hoping they will be lost in the silent depths of our subconscious. We believe that what is hidden is gone. But like the lake, our inner depths do not destroy what they hold. They merely keep it. The secrets we swallow remain a part of us, shaping our currents, influencing our tides, existing in the quiet darkness below. To gaze into this lake is to gaze into oneself, to confront the reality of that hidden, silent world we all carry. I came to its shore with a secret of my own, a memory with edges so sharp I felt it would tear me apart from the inside. I had carried it for years, a cold, heavy stone in my heart. I did not come with the intention of giving it away, but merely to sit in a place that might understand its weight. For days, I just watched. I watched the unchanging surface, the way the dark water seemed to absorb the light rather than reflect it. I felt the profound stillness of the place seep into my bones, quieting the frantic noise within my own mind. The lake asked nothing of me. It simply offered its silent companionship. The temptation to offer it my burden was immense. To simply whisper the memory into the water, to let the locket of my own grief be drawn into its depths. But the legends gave me pause. To give a secret to the lake was to lose a part of oneself. I feared the emptiness that might be left behind. What is a person without their deepest sorrows? Are we not defined as much by our scars as by our joys? I was afraid of being hollowed out, of being granted a peace so absolute it would feel like a form of death. It was on the third evening, as the last light of a distant sunset failed to penetrate the tree line, that a subtle shift occurred. A single smooth white stone, no bigger than my thumb, lay at the water's edge. I had not noticed it before. I picked it up. It was cold and impossibly smooth. I held it in my palm and, without thinking, I imbued it with the memory I carried. I poured all the pain, the guilt, the sharp-edged details into that small, silent object. I held in my hand the physical manifestation of my secret. I stood at the water's edge, my arm poised, ready to cast it into the depths and be free. But in that moment of finality, I understood. The lake did not want my secret. It did not need my pain. The act of offering, the act of acknowledging the burden and being willing to let it go, was the true ritual. The peace I sought was not in the forgetting, but in the acceptance. The lake did not swallow secrets to destroy them. It swallowed them to give them a home, to honor their weight. It taught me that some things are not meant to be forgotten, but to be integrated. They are meant to be the dark, deep, still water that lies beneath the surface of our lives, giving us depth, giving us gravity. I did not throw the stone. I slipped it into my pocket, and for the first time, its weight felt not like a burden, but like an anchor. A part of me. The lake had not taken my secret, but it had transformed it. It had taken the sharp, tearing edges and smoothed them into a quiet, heavy presence. The peace it offered was not the peace of emptiness, but the peace of wholeness. As I walked away, I did not look back. I could feel the lake's silent gaze on me, not as a keeper of my secret, but as a witness to my choice. It had shown me the unknown, not as a terrifying void to be feared, but as a vast, silent space that has the capacity to hold everything we cannot. We do not need to be rid of our depths. We need only to learn to stand on their shores and to understand that the stillness is not an absence, but a presence of everything that has made us who we are.